Peace, y'all. It's March 20th, spring. It's sprung, obviously. We're over at Rich's. Nice day today. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. We're going to call it a day. Just getting the car prepped for test day in 2 weeks. Should have brought you some film yesterday of what we did with the Mychron. This is the Mychron I got from Greg Odell down in, I think he's in Columbus or something down in Ohio. Hey, Greg, what's up? You need to get your shifter card out, bro. He sent us this thing for nothing. I think we paid $100 for it. It tested out okay. I mean, so far everything seems okay. But we got with a Mychron the other day on the phone when we were here. We had all three of our gauges. The black face that was on the car. This is the yellow face, and then we got the refurbished Mychron 2, which got a green face on it. All three of the gauges out here, plugging them into the leads in the car. What we noticed is this one was about 12 degrees, reading 12 degrees hotter than the black face gauge that we had been running on this thing forever. And then the green one was about 8 or 9 degrees hotter, but both of them hotter. So I called Mychron and I said, what can I do? I mean, short of, can I do, is there a screw inside that I can turn? And they said yes. And he actually ran me through it on the phone. And we recalibrated our gauges ourselves. What I did is I used this little digital temperature gauge, this little, it's like a infrared or whatever they call it, laser. You just aim it at something and you press the button, 54, 55 degrees, right? We're aiming right at the side of here. What do you suppose this is going to say? Let's find out. Gee, 55 degrees. It was reading about 72. So we tuned those down. You can fix that yourself. I should have brought you some of that footage, but the camera was over at the house, and I was just moving about, right, getting things squared away. Why didn't I go with the green one? The green one I think is going to go on the new kart, the Daytona kart. The black one we took off is going to go on the zip kart, and we've got all the leads and gizmos we need to do all these things. Going to try this one just because it's a different gauge to see if we still get the water temperature here dropping when we get off the gas at the end of a straightaway. But basically, anytime we get off the throttle, between corners, whatever, entering a corner, get off the gas, you'll see the water temperature drop. I'll try and maybe I can get a camera like on the chin bar of my helmet, say right about in here, so we can really get a good idea of what's going on with the numbers in the gauge, because a lot of times with the haze from the sun, or I'm sorry, the glare on the gauge from the sun, and so you just can't see it. And there is a backlight in the gauge, but I don't think it's going to help with the glare. So sometimes you can read it, sometimes you can't. I'll try to get you HD video or something up a little closer so we can see what's going on. But see, now our exhaust is telling us it's a little warmer. We're going to give this a try. If we get the same issue with this gauge, it wouldn't make sense to throw a third one on it. Obviously, there's something going on here. We know that these water temperature probes are not that sensitive. They won't change temperature that quickly. You can literally put a probe in your mouth and have it hooked up, and I did. You're almost 100 degrees in your mouth, right? If it's 55 out here, you'll see them start changing, as soon as you put it in your mouth. But if you put an exhaust probe in your mouth, it would go up. It goes up pretty quick. Where the water, not so much. Then you take it out, and it comes down real slow as well. So, Richie hanging out the door over there. There's Richie. What's up? Yeah. So they're not that sensitive. They shouldn't do what we see. Letting off the gas. We're not making exhaust temperature. The water would not literally cool that quickly. And again, the probe isn't capable of reacting that quickly anyway. So we're going with this gauge. If we still have this problem, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make an aluminum elbow for here. And we're going to get one of those, what they call a direct mount, liquid-filled dial, a little one inch round face dial water temp gauge that'll go right into an aluminum elbow with a bung welded to it, so it's looking right at us. And it's not as reactive as digital, but it's certainly not going to go up and down when you let on and off the gas. And we'll get a better idea of what our water temperature is doing. We really don't want to continue chasing this thing. It really does kind of suck that we don't know what our water's doing. At this point, we think we can go past the 22-minute mark and not get the ignition misfire, because we think we're cool enough now. We're not reaching the 170s, but we still don't know exactly what's going on. So would like to know these things. This, to me, is just not ideal, especially for a Daytona setup. We really want to go back to something in the nose. And with the Daytona car, we're going to be able to, because we're going to be doing different things with the bodywork that are going to give us more room in the front of the car to be able to do it. So just stay tuned. You'll see some things coming that are not cookie cutter, so to speak, especially with the new car. So we'll see where things are going to go. For now, this is fine. We really need to get this thing squared away. I got a list of things to do. We got to change the gear yet. We're putting the smaller, wider but smaller diameter tires on, so we really need to make a gear change. Not much, little things, just little things left to do. And we'll be able to throw some fuel in it and start it. We're going to put the starter nut on the crank. We just bought one of these, cheap enough. So we'll get rid of the nut that holds the rotor on there. And we'll go ahead and, let me reach over there. We'll throw this bad boy on there. Right, we'll take that big nut off. And then this is left hand, right? So when we put the starter through the side of the seat, on and boom, starts it up. It also will start our Yamaha. We'll only have to take the one small starter to the track instead of Big Thunder and jacking the cart up off the ground and starting it off the axle like we had been doing. So, yeah, we got some things to do yet, not a whole heck of a lot. We're going to make an adjustment to that new headrest of ours that we learned a little bit about at Gingerman. Different helmet, same brand, but different models of the same brand helmet reacted differently to the padding. So, we still don't have our new helmet painted, and we're not even going to have it for April. So, I don't know. We'll see. We're just playing around. We'll get over here tomorrow and we'll swap out the gear. We'll get that squared away, get the wheels back on. Bodywork's all upstairs in Richie's house, staying warm so it doesn't get all warped out of shape. And we'll slowly get this thing back together. We'll get it back. We'll get it in the trailer next Saturday. So it's only going to sit in the trailer for a week before it gets to the track. It's full of 50/50 antifreeze, so we don't have to worry about anything freezing or having any trouble. But we do want to get fuel in it, pump gas over, get it to run, make sure there's no leaks. We don't want to have to deal with any of that at the track. In all reality, all we really need is a few laps. A handful of laps are going to tell us whether this replacing the instrument itself, the unit, is going to solve the problem. If the problem is with the old unit, or if we still have an issue that has nothing to do with the gauge or the unit itself, but with maybe a third new extension cable. The probes are new; those aren't bad. We just don't got a handle on this stuff. Mychron, of course, is telling me that those Mychron 2s are old, very old, and you need to get rid of them. And but I can't figure those new ones out. They're so busy. The screen itself, with this one here, like I showed you, there's just the 4 numbers to look at, right? We'll have exhaust temperature here, water temperature here. I believe this is speedo and this is RPM. So you can just glance and see everything and go right back to, with the other gauges, the screen's bigger and all the numbers and the gizmos and everything are packed right in there, and you really got to look for what you want to monitor instead of just glancing and setting the darn things up. I looked at an online manual for a Mychron 4, which isn't even the new one. The new one is a 5 or an advanced 5. And, man, you may as well be speaking Japanese, man. I can't even figure them things out. So that's it. Technology, I'm obviously not a big follower of technology, as you know. I got bubble TVs in my house, I can't even look at a flat screen TV. It gives me a buzz. It starts tuning up my head. I can't stand it. And I like very low tech. I don't, don't need all that stuff. So hang in there, Scott. I know he's recovering from his shoulder surgery. You know what you got going on ahead of you. It's going to be a little bit of a road. I haven't sent that cylinder to you to weld on yet because I don't want you out there doing anything you're not supposed to beforehand. I certainly don't want to be the reason why you're getting out in the garage too soon. All the rest of the guys, Lance and Ben and Bob and Ronnie Lorang and Larry Rumsey, Johnny, all the boys out in the garage. Larry's watching us on the screen on the bench out in the garage. How you doing, boys? We'll see you in a couple of weeks. That's just it. We're just getting things ready to go. It's the calm before the storm, right? We're gonna have a good time up there and get some things figured out. And then when we get back, April 5, 6, 7, it's on like Donkey Kong. We will be building. We're bringing Larry's twin engine kart back home with us, and we're going to get his brake system just like our brake system. We're going to get it toot sweet. Larry, I'll fix it up for you. Yeah, we're gonna fix some things up for Larry and get to building away, finishing up the vintage car. Hopefully to get it on the track at Grattan in July. Maybe we'll just take that one up there and play with the vintage car that weekend. A couple weekends later to Nelson Ledges. Hopefully to shake down the new Daytona car, motor package, pipe package on the kart. Not fully pretty, maybe just in primer. Stealth mode, man. Stealth. We don't want to give away we don't want anybody looking at it before we get it to the track. So maybe we just bolt some old body work on it. Just some old crap I got in the garage, right? Just because we really just want to make sure the motor runs and the big carburetor project works out. Yeah, playing around. So hang in there, guys. A lot more to come. We're going to get busy when the weather starts getting better and we don't have to run heat in the garage, and we can get out there at 9 a.m. in the morning and stay out there till 9, 10 o'clock at night and not worry about freezing our little stones off. So from RPM East, 2 doors away from RPM headquarters in Racing Roseville, it's the Richard and Robert show, and Richard's absent. God bless you all. Hang in there. I'm praying for you. See y'all.